Hello and welcome to another episode of Rebirth with Rawan. I'm super excited today because I have my dear friend Franco
It's been a
all
while.
the way from the
In the
Philippines,
Philippines, yeah.
but living in Canada.
Correct. Yeah.
Yeah.
Hi everyone. So before we actually got started, like I was talking to everyone and we're just reminiscing, the days when we first started the business.
Yeah.
So we were those wet ducks or
Yeah.
as what as or
Beginners.
eagles, yeah. as what they refer to. And I've realized that we've come a long way. Though it's
Yes.
been a while, right?
It's been a
Since
while.
we saw each other, but
Yeah.
here we are. Yeah.
There we are. I still remember when Franco joined the business in 2018 and he was like working how many jobs?
Three
Three jobs.
jobs, yeah.
You were 100% depressed at that time.
Of course, I was.
Yeah, you were like, what do? I have my family back in the Philippines to take care of, and I have so much responsibility, so much bills to pay. Rowan, I'm not sleeping enough. I have to be here and there.
It's crazy.
And then you asked me a question. I still remember it. Does this business really works? Yeah. So tell me now.
I know. Taking you back as well to 2018. So I was clinically diagnosed with depression, and I survive on a 5 hours of sleep every day. So I'll wake up at 5 a.m. and then come back home to my unit, to my apartment at 11:30 or 12 midnight. And it's the same cycle over and over again. And I will have to wait like 23, 24 days to have a day off.
Oh, wow.
Or I'll be lucky enough if I will get a day off in a month. So it was crazy. But now, of course, in 11 months of doing the business, I was able to fire all of my bosses, right? So
Amazing. Fired all his bosses. There you go. I
in
love
11 months,
before we get into that, I want to go back and take Franco back to when he was in the Philippines.
sure.
Who is Franco?
So I came from a family that has very limited opportunities, like to progress in life, and back home too. The family pressure, right? Like they always tell you, when you go to college, it's either you study medicine or become a nurse or become an engineer, accountant, like the 5 top courses back home. And they will always encourage you, if you don't find an employment back home, go abroad.
Yeah.
And
Travel.
that's travel.
Yeah.
And try to see if the greener pasture, right? Like you should be on the other side of the Philippines. That's why they always have encouraged us. And at the age of 18, I moved out from the family and I started working in the Maldives. So that was my first international working experience.
Okay. So you were 18 years old.
I was 18.
Okay. So you didn't go to college or university.
I had to study a 2-year course.
Okay.
Because that's what was needed. And then I kind of continued on with my education when I landed my job in Canada. So,
Okay.
yeah.
Nice. Okay. So Thailand. How was Thailand?
Maldives. It was Maldives.
Sorry.
yeah.
I don't know why. My sister was in Thailand. Okay. Thailand and the Maldives are the same.
Yeah, they're almost like the same. So it was good, but then again, I had to work in an island for a year.
Okay.
So you get a day off, but you're still in the island, right?
You cannot do anything else.
Can't do anything. So I got to only see the city like 3 times in that year. And it was crazy. And I was very young, and I felt that life has stole my my youth.
Yeah.
Because I did not get to enjoy life. I did not go to party. And I think that's the reason why I'm very introverted too. Because I never was exposed to clubs, to going out and stuff like that. So,
Okay.
the culture back home, right? Like they program that to your brain.
It's called
And
conditioning. You're conditioned from the minute you are born
Yeah.
to what the parents were conditioned to from their parents too. This is how cultures are created by being conditioned. But I have great news for you.
What?
You can uncondition yourself.
Thank you.
And I think this is what you did.
Yeah.
But sometimes we uncondition ourselves only financially, but we still are attached to the
Our old self,
conditioning.
right? I know.
That comes with the culture and everything.
Crazy.
Tell me about the paydays and the paychecks that you used to earn at the age of 18 in the Maldives.
400 USD was my salary per month.
Per month,
And
okay.
I would send 380 USD back home to the Philippines. And I
And
would
live
only
on
be
20.
left 20. Yeah.
20.
Yeah.
Wow.
Because everything is free on the island, island anyway. But then again, you don't get to see the city. You don't have life. So that $20 would just you can use it to buy a sandwich at the cafeteria and stuff like that. So it was fun. I thought at the beginning, but then again, I felt that I didn't belong there.
Yeah.
So
And that's the reality of all the immigrants.
yeah,
It's sad and it's unfortunate, but people leave their families, leave their childhood, leave their friends,
Yeah.
and go overseas to work and then
Yeah.
send everything back home. And then you end up feeling, okay, what have I done in my life? So what happened after the Maldives?
the funny thing is, my contract was for 2 years, and of course, the general manager wouldn't let me, out of the island because I told him that I really wanted to go back home to the Philippines. I want to see my family, but he wouldn't because I was tied in that contract, and I missed my family like terribly, right? So what I did is the general manager secretary happened to be a Filipina. So when she was asking the manager to sign all the documents, she actually put my resignation letter underneath it,
Oh, okay.
and he signed it
By accident.
by accident. And then I was like, "You accepted my resignation." So I went back home to the Philippines. But the saddest thing is, I spent a year there, right? And I only got to take home $200
Okay.
for the entire year.
Okay.
And-
So you saved from the money.
I saved, and the thing is, I changed those $100 bill into $20, like the $20 bills, so that I could have something that I could give to my dad and mom, and I put it in a Pringles box, like an empty one, and I started saving there, like $20 bills, $1 bills, so that it will look more or a lot, when I give it to my parents. But it was just $200 that was in there.
And
was
what did your parents say to you when you got back home?
I was so proud, like, to hand them that Pringles, that had all those money. And of course, I know at the back of their minds, it's less, right? But they were so happy to see me.
Okay, that's
were-
good.
yeah.
That's nice.
Yeah.
It's good to have appreciative parents. My parents are so supportive, and I feel blessed. You work hard to help and support them, but they're giving you back at least the love and
The
the
love,
attention.
and care.
So what happened after that? Well, how did you end up in Canada?
So after the Maldives, my aunt and my uncles, they used to work for cruise ships. So like, try cruise ship. Since you didn't find your luck working at in the Maldives, so I joined a cruise ship and I worked for them for 6 months.
6 months. Okay.
Then again, no day off. It's just like a floating island. You're still you don't get days off. You're pretty much stuck there for the whole duration of your contract. So after my contract, I went back home, but I got to see the Caribbean and the Mediterranean, countries, which is something that I'm very grateful for.
Yeah.
And then I went back home, and I told myself, probably my luck is not abroad. Probably it's back home. So I started working for hotels there. I was a supervisor. My salary was $300 again. It's the same cycle. And then Singapore became a very popular destination for immigrants.
Yeah.
It's
a trend.
It's a trend.
Became a trend,
Yeah.
And everybody's like, why don't you try the
Singapore,
Singapore?
yeah.
And then Frank was like, phew, let's go to
I
Singapore.
did. Yeah. And the funny thing, Rowan, is I was a supervisor at that hotel in the Philippines.
Yeah.
So one of my employees there, or the person that was under me, actually moved to Singapore, and he hired me. So he became my boss in Singapore.
Okay.
So for me, pride as well.
Yeah.
Like, I used to train you, but then again, he's the one who's giving me the orders to do stuff.
Yeah.
But you have to
Accept.
and suck it all in, right?
Yeah.
Because you have to make a living. But I got paid $1,400, so the salary became better.
Okay.
And I became grateful. I got promoted, and there's a guest who actually was staying at our hotel, and I thought it was a scam. It was a joke, and she was like, "Would you like to work in Canada?" And she handed me a calling card. I was like, probably it's a scam. I was thinking it's gonna be another scam. I sent my resume, and then in 4 months' time, I was in Canada.
No way.
I was in
Okay.
Fort McMurray. That was my
Okay.
first.
Okay. Who is that person?
Karen.
Karen.
is the name.
Okay. And
Karen Harrison. Yeah. I'll
what
never
made
forget
her take that decision?
I think it's because of the service that I provided to her at the hotel.
Okay.
When she was our guest, she stayed there for like 14 days.
Oh, nice.
And
Okay.
I don't out of the blue, she gave me her card, and I didn't know that she looks after all the hotels in Alberta.
Oh, nice. Okay. So she brought you here as a work permit.
That's work permit. Yeah.
Okay. And what happened in Fort McMurray?
So I was there for nearly 2 years, and then the fire happened in 2016.
Yeah.
So I was not a PR, and then this is where I hit my rock bottom when that happened. I was not a PR, And I lost pretty much everything because we had to evacuate. And the funny thing is, since I was working at the hotel, the general manager asked us to stay. Like we were the last people to evacuate Fort McMurray, and everything was on fire already.
Yeah.
So we were driving through the fire, like to get out of the city. And then we were evacuated in Fort Saskatchewan. And then from there, moved to Edmonton. I didn't like Edmonton very much. I didn't feel that I belong in the city. I'm not sure why. And then I tried Calgary.
Yeah.
And then in Calgary, that's where it all began. You know,
Yeah.
I got hired at the Fairmont,
Nice.
at the Hyatt Hotel. So I was juggling between 3 jobs.
Yeah. So you went back to the same cycle with more pressure now.
But you know why? Because I lost my savings.
Yeah.
I was unemployed for 6 months. I couldn't find a job. I still have to send money back home because I'm a breadwinner of my family, right? So that got me into a lot of debts.
Yeah. I love what you said. I'm the breadwinner for the
I'm a
family.
breadwinner.
How proud are you of yourself?
I'm very proud. Honestly, when I took that responsibility, because it takes me back to my younger years when I graduated, Ron, in college, right? So my dad never had a car. So it was my graduation, and I aced it, you know, at the college. And then he borrowed the car from my uncle. So it didn't have any air conditioning, but I was in the car, you know, like I'm very proud. And I felt that day of my life, like I felt rich, you know, because I was in the car, right? And then finally was on the stage. My mom and dad, you know, handed me the diploma. Sorry, the professors handed me the diploma. My mom was very proud. And there was actually this part of the program ceremony where you have to give a rose to your mom.
Yeah.
So I gave that to her, and she was in tears, right? So in my mind, I was expecting. I had this expectation that they will take me to a nice restaurant because it's my graduation. So I was hoping that there will be a surprise of some sort.
Yeah.
Probably they'll take me to a fast food chain, whatever. I don't care, but I really wanted that to happen. So I was in the car and I told my mom, you know, I'm very hungry.
Yeah.
It's like, shall we go to a restaurant? And I saw my mom, like, this is something that I will never forget. She was in tears.
Yeah.
Because she actually checked her pocket and she only had loose coins in there. And she was like, I'm sorry, but I got you a cupcake. That's why that cupcake is something that I will never forget. And I get teary all the time, you know, like each time I think about this. Because she gave me that cupcake. It's called lemon square. So for the Filipino people there, I think you know what I mean.
They would know what you're talking about.
Yeah.
What is it called?
Lemon square. So
Lemon
it's like
square,
lemon square.
okay.
Yeah. But it's a cupcake that's really dense.
Yeah.
And we have to travel from the university to go back home. And that's 45 minutes journey or an hour, I think, including the traffic. So I was very hungry. She was like, this is the only thing that I can give you right now. So I took that with me. But in that car, I made a promise to her. You know what? You will never go back to this moment again.
Yeah.
I promise that I will take that responsibility to become a breadwinner because I don't want to see you disappointed, you know, in yourself. And she was crying in the car, and I told her that I'll try my very best. That's why I moved out of the family at the age of 18.
Okay.
And now I'm very proud because I was able to elevate their life. I was able to give my mom and dad a comfortable retirement.
Amazing. Amazing. I'm
And
so proud of
another
you.
thing is, this is something that I don't usually share, but as somebody who moved out of the country, like to search for a better life, each time I come back home to the Philippines, you know, you wait for that 30-day vacation just to feel alive again at the end of the year. And each time I come back home, my parents are still sleeping on the floors, like on the floor. And for me, it was such a slap of like reality on my face. Like it made me realize, or a wake-up call. Like, why do you have to be away from your family and still come back home to the same situation? So nothing was actually improving. Like we get through, like to pay the bills and stuff, but then again, nothing changes. You're just on a survival mode each time.
Even though you left them, you're abroad, you're
Correct.
still working hard, but
Yep.
their situation did not change.
Not at all.
Okay, and that was your driving force.
was.
Let's put it that way. Okay.
It
Okay.
was.
I saw that you teared up a little bit.
I did. Then when I talk about my parents, they're my biggest why.
I love that. I was gonna ask you what motivates you, and obviously it's your parents. How about Franco? What do you do to take care of yourself?
I started going to the gym in 2018 because with the depression, I had to really
Change your physical state.
correct, and I had to divert, you know, my like the way I think, right? So I started going to the gym, even though I would only survive on a 5 hour of sleep. Like sometimes at work, we have a gym at work, so I'll use that
Yeah.
during my break time. Or if I get a half day off, I'll go to the gym as well. I started painting, I sing, and
Nice.
I go to church, of course.
Okay.
That's something that I will always make sure happens every week. But that was impossible as well during the time when I was juggling between 3 jobs.
Yeah.
So,
Let's go back to that moment.
okay.
So you were in Canada, you're still working 3 jobs.
Yeah.
Life in Canada is super expensive. Maintaining your expenses and spending money back home and sending all of that is another expense.
Yes.
What happened in those, was it 3 years of you working 3 jobs?
Yeah.
Okay. What was the breaking moment for you where you're like, I don't have the money to start a business, but I'm going to figure it out?
Like how we always pray, right? We have different kinds of faith, right?
Yeah.
But we believe in higher entity, right? So I prayed to God, to heal my finances, to change my solution. Because Rowan, juggling between 3 jobs, I would still owe a lot of money to the government, when I file my taxes. So even though if you will save up something like $2,000, that would still go to your tax owing at the end of the year. So I felt that nothing was happening. Like, is my worth only $17 per hour? Like I was thinking that to myself. And this business came to me unexpectedly.
Okay.
Because I did not pray for a business. I prayed for a solution to heal my finances.
Okay.
You know what happened that day? I never was late for work. Like I respect my employees. I respect, my the place of work, because I'm grateful because I can survive because of all of these jobs, right? So that day I got stuck on the train
Okay.
in Calgary, and it's something beyond my control. So I knew I was going to be late for work. I tried calling, but everyone was busy, right? So as soon as I got to the hotel, I was 7 minutes late. My boss was already waiting for me in the locker room.
Okay.
And he's like, come and see me in my office.
Right away?
Right away, after you change. So I went to his office, and the words that came out of his mouth was, I'm very disappointed.
Okay.
Like, why were you late? And in my mind, like I felt like there was this movie like that got played, like some sort of memory, like future memory, right? And I was like, what if I'm actually at the beach? Like he was talking to me, but in my mind, what if I'm actually at the beach today working? What if I'm actually somewhere else, like traveling right now on the plane, but I'm earning money? Like that was, I don't know what kind of spirit got into my system that day, but that's what I was thinking when he was talking to me. So I took my break, 3 hours after he spoke to me. I was outside. I was a heavy smoker back then.
Okay.
Yeah.
You used to smoke.
I used to smoke.
Okay.
I was a heavy smoker.
You need to get the stress out. So usually you go to breathing, but sometimes you don't know smoking is breathing.
Yeah, that's true.
So you either can breathe without a cigarette or with...
So this happened. So I took my break. I went out of the hotel for my cigarette break. I was scrolling on Facebook, and I saw Michelle. And her ad spoke to me. But after I read her advertisement, of course, just like so many people, I'm so skeptical, about the online business, especially Filipinos. We've got lots of horror stories back home, like people getting scammed and stuff like that. But I saw her, and then I registered for the workshop, and I was juggling between 3 jobs. So I had to come up with 3 15 minutes so I could finish that workshop. So that's what I did. So after watching the workshop, I was still skeptical. So I started stalking Michelle. And I was like, she's not going to expose her kid. She's not going to expose her family or use her legal names on social media.
Yeah,
or jeopardize, her citizenship or permanent residency if she's going to do something that's scam.
Exactly. Yeah.
So I stalked her. And I told myself, if she's going to scam me, she lives in the same city, which is Calgary.
I'll find her.
Because that membership fee back in the days, that was very important to you, right? Like that would go a long way. That could buy my family like 5 sacks of rice. So I was like, whatever happens, I can still find her.
Yeah.
So I followed her, and then I watched the workshop. I did my due diligence, and the rest was history.
Amazing. Okay, so you joined the business after doing your homework.
I did,
and then this is where your entrepreneurship started, because you've been an employee your whole life.
Correct.
But now Franco is switching to being a business owner. That's a lot of work from,
It is.
okay, I go to job, I get paid $17 an hour, and you know you're going to get that $17. But when it's a business, you're going to have to work on yourself. You're going to have to learn. You're going to have to step out of your comfort zone.
Right.
You're going to have to drop the victim mindset. You're going to have to get out of
Mindset.
depression.
Yeah.
All of this. You have to get rid of these because
course,
there's no space for success.
Yeah.
And I love to say that there's no space for success if you're a victim. There's no space for success if you are blaming others. There's no space for success if you don't want to do the work and don't want to build your legacy like you're doing.
Right.
I remember when you joined and you were added to the groups, and then we started doing Zooms, and I think you reached out to me. It's like,
I did.
does this business really work? And then I'm like, yes, it works. Knowing at that time I was struggling too, because I was like trying to figure things out myself. But I had this belief inside of me that it works. And then you started getting results. And I was in the business older than you. Like,
correct, yeah. Like a few months older, I think. Yeah.
I was like, what are you doing? Why are you getting results?
Why am I not getting it? Yeah, I remember.
And then we started like helping each other more and more as we go. And then 8 years later, we both are very important key pillar in the community. We're a success story. We're job quitters, and we're supporting our families. But before we got to that success, it took you around 11 months.
11 months, yeah.
To decide to quit your job, and you were nervous.
Oh, I was.
You were super nervous to quit your job.
I was.
But what happened in these 11 months? Because those shaped you more than the success that you are in right now.
It's true. But Ron, before I delve onto that, the membership fee back in the days, which was, how much was it?
It was
$99.
Yeah, at that
I had to borrow that money from my coworker because I only had $40 in my checking account, and I even took a screenshot of that. I didn't know why I did that.
Yeah.
But it came handy later on because that actually would make me more grateful about how the business has transformed my life. All my credit cards are maxed out. I was in $37,000 debt prior to the business. So in my mind too, I was skeptical, like, where the hell would I get the funds to start an online business and stuff like that? So anyway, in that 11 months, of course, I was so scared of getting into more debts. But then again, I felt that something had to change. So if I'm not going to change something in my comfort zone, or step out of my comfort zone, nothing will ever improve. Like I would still find myself in that same circle over and over again, even years down the road. Yeah. Because what are the chances that I will get $19 per hour? Yeah. Like
$2 more.
$2 more.
And that's like 20, how much per 10 hours? $20?
Per probably I'll get 8 hours a day.
Yeah, 8 hours, and that's $16 more.
Yep, great. I don't know. Ouch. I know. And I was like, is that really my worth, right? But in that 11 months when I started the business, I started before I had the time. I started before I had the desk. Yeah. I started before I had a comfortable office. Yeah. And in our minds and in some everyday people minds, they think that if you start a business, you should have an office, like a nice location and stuff like that. So for me, I started building the business in the cubicles. Yeah. Do my trips to the washroom. I use my break, I sacrifice my lunch, my dinner, because I really want to set up everything up. And then I sacrifice 1 more hour of sleep, so that I could work on the business. Each time I go to the washroom and brush my teeth, I'll work on the business.
No excuses.
No excuses. Each time I'll do, my number 2 in the washroom. Yeah. I'll be on my phone. And I always had this 10-minute thinking time, before bedtime, Rowan, and I protected that because the 10 minutes before bedtime, it kind of gave me a room, like to silence the doubts. Yeah. And to regain my strength again. Because, of course, it's a new thing for me. I never had any experience as running a business. It's my first run. So I was very scared. So quitting my job was even more scary.
You gradually started doing it. You left one job first.
I left two. In 41 days.
Yeah. That gave you more space.
Correct.
What gave you the courage to leave those 2 jobs?
I saw the potential of the business and I saw the people from our community. I think during that time, there was just like 12,000 of us in the community. But I saw people getting results. So in my mind, the only mindset that I had is the only time that I should be scared is if I didn't see any single person that made it to the finish line or started getting, some paydays, right? But I said, it's working for them. Then why would it not work for me? Like, what skill sets do they have that I don't have? I can learn that along the way.
Of course.
Right? And we breathe the same air. Like we're all humans. So if it's impossible for you, if it's available for you, it's going to be available for me too. So in 41 days, I was biting my tongue, but I left my banking job. I was also a teller, part-time teller, and the cleaning job.
Okay.
And I had only one full-time job plus the business.
Okay. Amazing. And that gave you more space to work on yourself.
Correct.
And then you started growing your business and everything started looking good and ended up quitting your job, quitting his 3 jobs in 11 months. That's crazy. Congratulations.
Thank you, everyone.
I know it's been a while.
I know.
you cannot go back to that time and live the same situations again.
Yeah.
Recently, I think not too long ago, 3 years ago, I think you built a castle, I would say, in the Philippines. Like looking at where your parents were living and where they are at right now, you have a beautiful home in the Philippines now.
I do.
Congratulations.
Thank you, everyone.
And tell me about this step that you took.
Yeah. So as I shared earlier, my parents used to sleep on the floors, right? So it's my dream actually to build a room for them inside the house that we were living in, just a room. For them. So God has been great. After I quit my job, there was 1 month in particular wherein I closed a lot of sales, right? Through this high affiliate business and high ticketed business. And then I touched my first 6-figure during the time. So I said, if I bring this back home, this will help me build at least the main floor of the house. But my dad didn't know that I actually bought a land as well.
Okay.
So like when I was earning money from the business, like I started putting down payments and stuff like that. So I started building the house when I fired all of my bosses in 11 months, I came back home to the Philippines. So my plan was to just build the main floor.
So you bought a land and then you decided to start building on.
Yeah.
Okay.
So the main floor was built, but then again, the business was going really well.
Yeah.
I was like, I think I can build another floor, like the second floor and an attic out of the money that I have because I didn't have debts back then. Like what you see is just your actual profit, right?
Yeah.
So it's like, Dad, why don't we build like the second story and an attic? I was like, are you sure? I said, where are you getting the funds? I got you. That's what I told him. So we started building it to the point that my expectation is just it's going to be a rough finish, like no paints, but I'll be grateful already, if we have like even the rough finish home.
Yeah.
So my dad was so surprised that I hired contractors like to expedite the building. So it was built in just under 15 months.
Nice.
And then there's a land right next to the house as well. And my dad was like, it will be nice, if we, in the future, if you can buy this too. So we can start farming, like which is close to the house. So in his birthday, he didn't know that I purchased that too.
Oh, no.
So
That's amazing. Yeah. That's heartwarming.
It is. And then I started building a swimming pool right next to the house.
Okay.
So now
I saw that video with you and all your family members.
Because I love swimming. So I love waters.
Okay.
And that's why I built it. And I can say now that my parents are very comfortable with their retirement. Yeah.
Nice.
Yeah.
Amazing. Tell me about the bed. You made a video about
I did.
about your parents' bed. Because it means to you. And this is the reality. The purpose of these podcasts is to show you people that had nothing, like myself and Franco, and were able to build a legacy online and be able to provide.
Yeah.
I think being rich is being able to give.
Yeah.
Give with no limitations. And that smile on your parents' faces and that excitement. And you, like, look at you, you're proud. I'm like happy, you're grateful, you're humble, you're down to earth. And that what makes you even more blessed, I would say.
I think so. Yeah.
So
the bed, we actually saved the bed.
Okay.
Because that, I don't know, something to remind me to be grateful.
Okay.
Or to keep me grounded even more. So the bed is actually an old couch.
Okay.
It's not even, you can't even call it a couch because it's just made out of wood.
Okay.
And that's where my dad would sleep and my mom will be on the floor.
Okay.
So that day when I ordered like comfortable beds for them,
Yeah.
like it was like the people who were delivering it were carrying it in the house, and my parents, they were crying because finally, they will have a comfortable bed. And for the last time, but not the last time I touched the bed, I said, Dad, say goodbye to your bed because now you'll have a comfortable bed starting tonight. Like, this is where you're going to sleep. And the sweetest thing that happened there, one is when I was in the bedroom, they knocked. And then it's like, we have something to tell you. So what is it? So I came out, and my dad was on my left side, my mom was on the right. They hugged me. And they were just saying thank you. And the words that I will never forget is, I'm glad that we saw you winning in life while we're still alive. And this is one of the blessings again that I will never take for granted, because how would you say this? Like after so many things that I've tried, finally I won, and that's something that I will carry with me forever. That word, that voice that said thank you, that still lingers in my mind. Like I know the intonation, the way it sounded, that warmest hug that I got from them, and for them to tell me that they're so happy to see me winning in life while they're still alive.
You made me cry.
Oh my God.
You're ruining my makeup.
Sorry. I mean, the business is just amazing. Like,
I love that. I love that. You know why? Because you didn't give up.
I didn't.
From the age of 18 until how old were you?
I was 29 when I found the business.
29.
Yeah.
So you didn't give up, Franco.
No, not at all.
You did not give up. You kept on going. You made your parents proud. And that bed video was so... it was weird at the beginning. Like,
weird.
Why would he record this? But then you hear the story of... My parents were literally sleeping on the floor their whole life.
Yeah.
And then it makes sense. It was your driving force.
It was.
Yeah. I want to make things happen. So that was your proud moment.
Oh, yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, forever.
Amazing.
It's crazy. Like, parents' subject is always sensitive for me,
It is, definitely. And I think it comes down to you giving. Mm-hmm. And you didn't only give your parents, your whole family got blessed from that house. The grandkids and the cousins and everyone.
I give them each like individual rooms for them.
Yeah.
Because
nice.
Of course in life, it's like I'm the one who is being blessed during the time. And I can't afford to see them being left behind. Mm-hmm. So it's like, no. Like, come with us, like, live with us. So I started building their own separate rooms in that house too.
Nice, so, amazing. Okay.
Yeah.
So how many people live in that castle now?
10.
10. Okay. And everybody has their privacy. And
yes.
Everything. How about the farm? Did it happen?
So it was a pool. So it turned out to be a pool, but there's like a little, spots where my parents can actually plant some things.
Yeah, that's like a hobby for them.
Yeah,
and they can do something productive.
Yeah.
Okay. And I see your parents, they visit you sometimes here.
They've been here twice already.
Okay.
So.
Okay, that's
and
nice.
The thing is, I've been trying to get them visas when I was an employee, right?
Yeah.
But of course, I think it always get denied, and I think it's because in the eyes of the government, you can't even support yourself. Like, why would you even sponsor 2 people, right?
Yeah.
So when the business got really strong, like the income got stronger, my parents' visas were approved in 2 days.
Wow.
Yeah.
Okay.
And I tried my siblings as well, including their entire family.
Yeah.
It was approved in 10 days.
Wow. Okay. Amazing.
It's crazy. All because of the business. Yeah.
Of course.
Yeah.
Okay. Where is Franco at right now?
Yes, you were talking backstage earlier, like I still have some goals that I really wanted to achieve, of course, Ron. Mm-hmm. And that's what I'm trying to work on. But just like you, each time I see you on social media, you inspire me. I want to be that person that inspires more people, like using platforms like this.
Yeah.
That's why when you invited me to be your guest on this podcast, I immediately said yes, because it's one of my dreams, actually. And I was trying to enjoy the moment just before we started, because I told you it's very surreal.
Yeah.
So I really want to help more people, Rowan, to be honest with you. And it's my biggest dream to buy a farm back home and start saving stray animals.
Nice.
I really want to make that happen. Yeah.
That's awesome. Yeah.
Because I have 5 dogs back home. I
Oh,
have one
wow.
dog right here. So
Okay,
yeah.
nice. That's awesome.
And
That's
more.
amazing.
Yeah.
You know, lots of time people give up on their dreams too early.
Yeah.
And they give
Sure.
up to their reality. It's like, okay, at least I'm getting paid. At least I live in Canada. At least I have 3 jobs. At least I can support my family back home. But literally, all it takes is one time decision to start
Correct.
and a daily decision to continue.
Correct.
And that's what makes the community a powerful community.
It is. Yeah.
Like, look at us. I don't know if I can maybe get a picture of both of us and share it on this podcast when we started. Because when we were like chatting in 2018, I literally bought that desk from Dollarama, you know, that one that opens. Because I didn't have
I
the
remember that
space.
photo.
Yeah. I'm like, look what I got. I was so happy. It's $5.
Yeah.
I can put my laptop
You're
on
like
it.
a CEO already, right?
And 8 years later, we're on a podcast. We're inspiring people. I became a speaker because of this business. I started my own events, and you're going to be one of the coaches in my event in Calgary to help people grow and become the best version of themselves.
Yeah.
So it takes a decision on a daily basis. What would you advise for everyone? Because people think they need to be ready. They need to have the money. They need to know everything before they join. They need to have the ins and the outs and the experience and the education. What do you advise all the immigrants like myself and yours that are looking for a way, but they feel that there's no other way?
First, I believe that complexity is the enemy of execution, which means to say that if you are feeding your mind with things such as, I won't be able to start it because I am introverted or I'm shy, I'm not a social media person, I don't have the funds. These are the things that you will preempt your mind from right from the get-go, and that will stop you from pursuing your dreams. But you have to substitute those thoughts that might change, like the change that I want in my life are actually stronger than my excuses.
Yeah.
Because what you are choosing, you're allowing. And what is you're allowing it to happen in your life will always continue.
Yeah.
So if you choose to be in that situation over and over again, if you choose to get paid $19 an hour, it's your choice. I don't have anything against, being an employee because I was once an employee. But I want to send you a message of hope that if you're somebody who drags yourself to work without any purpose, if you're somebody who's been trying in life for so many years already, but you're not seeing any significant changes in your life, those are the red flags of life telling you it's time for you to work on something.
Yeah.
And until you commit into changing, something in your life, start with small steps. That's how you're going to get to the ladder of success. And that's how you're going to see a breakthrough, finally happening in your life. And if you're going to be scared all your life and you always say that you pray, you have God in your life, why are you still scared? And I'm sure that...
I love that.
Yeah,
I
right?
mean...
If God is present in your life, why are you scared? And probably you'll see this podcast, you'll hear this podcast, or you'll see our advertisements on social media. It's probably God's way of telling you that there are ways. This is the sign that you're looking for. And the reason why you're confused is because you already saw the sign, but you keep asking...
for more signs.
For more signs. Or an advice from your friend, from your neighbor. That's why you're confused. But you know that there's a change that needs to happen in your life, dive deeper in it. Ask yourself what it is that you really want and look at yourself in the mirror and ask yourself, am I proud of my accomplishment from the last 5 years?
Yeah.
Is the time enough for me to give back to my parents? Are they going to be around by the time that I become successful in life? Don't limit yourself and just accept the fact that this is where it ends for you.
Yeah.
Because for me, I did not accept that fact.
I love that.
No.
I love that. Even if you listen to this whole podcast and you see Franco's journey from the age of 18 when he decided to move out, and then he saw that the Maldives is not for him, and then he went back home, and then he saw that Singapore is not for him, and then he came to Canada. Even in Canada, he said, okay, I have more potential. I deserve more. My family deserves more. So he kept on fighting, even though you did progress.
I did.
You made more money in Singapore, and then you made more money in Canada, but still you weren't fulfilled.
No.
And what drives you and fulfills you is giving. It's being able to provide.
Oh, I love that. That just made me realize,
Yeah. And that is what keeps you going and what's going to allow you to help more families.
Sure.
My friend Franco, thank you so much.
Thank you, everyone.
This was, you made me cry. That was very
That was
touching.
unexpected, but yeah, each time I talk about my parents, it's I don't know, it's very touchy.
Yeah,
For
that's
me,
awesome.
it's a touchy subject. Yeah, but Rowan, I'm very proud of you too.
Thank
Only
you.
if you would see her. I hope that we have you can have an opportunity to showcase that, because I saved it in my phone.
Yeah.
Like when I was talking, I think we have a photo on Zoom as well.
Yeah.
Where we look so stressed.
Yeah. We didn't
It's
know what
crazy.
we were doing at the
Correct.
beginning. Yeah.
But God is good, and I'm so proud of you. She's amazing. Like
Thank
the
you.
amount of people you get to help.
Thank
My
you.
team adores you.
Thank you.
Yeah.
I'm so blessed. I went through so many things these 8 years too. It wasn't an easy journey, but I am blessed too. And I believe my driving force are my 2 kids and my parents. And being able to buy a house, I was just telling you, I'm about to pay it off
There you go.
completely.
Congratulations.
In less than a year and a half of owning it, I'm in the process of like just getting it done because I can. This business is a blessing, and everyone that really wants to change has to start somewhere. And I know people are a bit scared of everything that's happening out there, but I want to tell you, we are a real community with real people that saw huge, huge change in their life. And this can be your story.
That's true.
So yeah, thank you, Franco, so
Thank you,
much. I appreciate you.
Bless you.
And whoever watched this video and this podcast and is interested in having a business, comment down below and let us know, and share it with someone that you want to inspire. Share it with a family, with a friend, and all of Filipinos out there. And you should be proud of Franco. He is one of the most amazing people I met in this community. And this message is for your parents. I hope they understand English. If not, I hope someone translates that for you. This guy here worked so much. He stayed up late. He cried. He went out of depression because you guys were his motivation. So God bless you. And thank you for being his support.
Love you, mom and dad.
Yeah. Give them a, like in the TV in Lebanon, like when someone is talking, the kids will pass by. Hey, mom.
Hey, mom and dad.
Thank you, Franco, so much.
Thanks, Rowan.
I appreciate you.
It's been fun.
Yeah,
And
that's awesome.
always good to, like to be that instrument of blessing to other people.
That's
into
amazing.
whatever ways.
Yeah, and you look more relaxed now from the beginning. You were nervous at the beginning.
I just have to put my feet up.
Yeah, that's awesome. Thank you so much again, and we'll see you on another episode of Rebirth with Rawan. Until then, stay blessed. Thank you, guys.
Bye for now.